Oh, cool. Ghostbusters headphones. Do they help you listen to the podcast now?
No, Chris. What helps you listen to the podcast is silence.
Drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain. Just saving the city and feeling the strain.
Hello, welcome to the last of the Petty Cash. I'm Darren McQuade, Magic Ghostbuster, and this is
Chris Carter from the Spirit of 84.
So, what are we talking about today, Chris?
So, this is a subject which me and Darren have been really excited about talking about. It's memory evoking, I think, for everybody. So these are your food and confectionery items.
Yeah, and we've been dying to talk about this because we're both greedy. I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and, pretty much.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube rather than listening, you can see quite a few things on the table here, and it's not even like a quarter.
No,
of the food stuff
we haven't scratched the surface. I think it was one of these tonight that, and today we've been talking about it. We sort of said, all right, we're going to grab a few bits and pieces and get these together and get them out there. And then we suddenly realised...
Yeah, I think we forgot how much
we had. Yeah.
That'd be one episode, and it's like we could do a whole series just on Ghostbusters food. But before we get into the food, I think we should just talk about our latest purchases. So,
latest pickups.
Do you want to talk about one of yours first?
Okay, so this was an item that myself and Darren both sort of coveted a little bit, and we spoke about it a couple of episodes back. And it's the... Real Ghostbusters colour changing mug, and it's got a little ghost on the back, and when the mug heats up, it sort of says "let me out," okay, or something like that on the back of it. Now the guy who had this up for sale has had it up, Darren, how long for?
Months, probably half a year at least.
At least, and both me and Darren had made him numerous offers. He had it up for £50 odd, which for a mug we found quite expensive, and I think both me and Darren had talked about it.
Yeah, and it was about £5 postage as well, wasn't it? So 55 quid once you had that.
But we'd made, both me and Darren had made lots of offers on the mug, and most of the time we heard nothing back. Didn't even get a counter offer.
Yeah, normally you get a counter offer or just a declined. Yeah, but literally nothing at all. I'm pretty sure my top offer was 40.
Yeah.
I think yours was probably about the same.
Yeah, I think I made an offer literally about 10 days ago, and the gentleman come back and said to me, if you make it £40, then we've got a deal, which I was quite shocked about. I spoke to Rob Barbera because I wanted to get a little bit more background about the actual mug, because it was a mail away offer from the Kenner's Real Ghostbusters range. Rob said to me it's quite a rare item, they don't come up that often. So jump on it. So I did. Really pleased, lovely condition, something, I love the whole advertising bit of it, and I think the advert for this is actually in the Real Ghostbusters comics. You had to...
I believe it is somewhere, yeah, I've seen it.
And you had to send 3 proofs of purchase from 3 different ranges of the figures, like the Haunted Humans, the Fright Features, and possibly the Monsters, to be able to actually apply to buy one of these. So it is quite a rare item, and I'm pretty pleased to add it to the collection. I'm a bit gutted he didn't have 2, because I'd like Darren to have one of these as well. So
yeah, if anyone else has one out there, they're worthless, absolutely worthless.
They're
you pay a pound for that,
absolutely worthless.
Yeah, so
Austin, if you're listening,
I'll give you a tenner, mate. I'll do you a favour.
And if it goes to Darren, it goes into a collection that's it'll be treasured and looked after.
Yeah.
So
and funny enough, I had one when I was a kid. I have quite a strong memory of it, weirdly, and my dad probably sold it at a boot sale for 20p.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody has got one of these out there, please reach out to either myself or Darren through either the page or through Facebook or Instagram, because Darren would be keen to add this to his collection as well.
Yeah, and talking of Instagram and all that, let me just quickly say, like and subscribe, especially like and subscribe the Last of the Petty Cash Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, but you can find me, the Magic Ghostbuster, or Vigo the Cosplaythian. Again, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm technically Twitter, but I don't use it, so don't bother. Also, Vigo the Cosplaythian, I can't remember if I just said that. And then Chris is
Spirit of 84 and South-on-Sea Ghostbusters. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, Instagram and anything else very similar to that. So
Yes,
yeah,
there's too many. I won't go on all of them.
Exactly.
There's just too many to keep up with now, and there'll probably be another one by the time we finish recording this.
yeah,
So one of my things, in fact, you told me about this, is this jacket from Middle of Beyond. And this was a vintage purchase.
Yeah.
And I think I'd actually gone past this and not realised what it was.
right,
Because when I saw it, it was just a picture of the Slimer side.
yeah,
And I think I just was like, oh, that's a cool jacket. And sort of glossed past it, not realising it's the reversible one. You told me about it. I think I paid £26 for this in the end.
absolute bargain.
Yeah, absolute bargain. It's a really nice jacket. It's been a bit warm to wear it.
Yeah.
And it's actually like really nice quality thickness to it, and really nice Pterodog patches, and the Gozer temple on the back. So I'll definitely be wearing that in the winter.
Yeah, no, great purchase, especially for that price. So.
Yeah. But right, we should get on to food stuff.
Okay.
Right, so
Where do we start?
Yeah, where do we start?
start?
Right, we need a whole episode on just deciding where to start. I think, should we start talking about more of the modern stuff? Because I think more people are interested in the vintage, so I'd rather save the best for last.
Okay, yeah, no
Because
problem.
Ghostbusters food has it has gone away in like the sort of mid-90s, but it's still with us.
Yeah,
Like there is, I mean, at the moment, and I don't think I've bought. Oh no, we've got a can here. There's this company called EHP Labs, who's like a healthcare place. So they do protein powders, fat burners, and energy drinks like Chris has in his hand here, and they're all Ghostbusters themed. This was bought out for Frozen Empire.
yeah,
And it's a weird crossover because like a lot of their stuff is aimed at burning fat and building muscle, which is not something I would think you'd put a Stay Puft or a Slimer on.
or a Slimer on there. I think
Yeah.
the last thing Slimer intended doing was burning fat.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think
eating it
ever,
maybe, but not burning it.
No, but I love the design on some of this stuff. I mean, this Slimer can, it's got a lovely design. They've done 3 other colours as well.
Yeah.
They've done Ecto Freeze, which was purple, and tastes like Parma Violet. I absolutely hate Parma Violets. Do you like Parma Violets?
I don't mind them, yeah.
I despise them.
Yeah, but I'm an old man, so
Yeah,
that's why.
They're aimed at the older generation. They've done Frosty Big Apple
Yeah,
and Proton Plasma, I think.
Yeah.
And they've done those flavours in all their different ranges. And I've actually bought some of their stuff because I go to the gym, although I've neglected it this last month. Don't know
yeah,
if,
you wouldn't believe it, would you?
tell. Yeah, but so I've used some of their stuff and it tastes alright.
They also, with this company, they do a various range of clothing, don't they?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the clothing, yeah, and
So-
even your shakers for when you
Yeah,
take
shakers,
your powders
hats,
to the gym.
clothing, and what I will say is a lot of the clothing on most of the usual websites, you know, your Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Vinted. The clothing is exceptional quality.
Yeah, it is. It is
You
actually
know,
very good.
and they've got some amazing designs. So, you know, give it a look out there. You know, you'll pick them up quite cheap. And as I say, some absolute killer designs. They've got some mini puffs, some Slimer stuff.
Yeah, there's a Goraka one.
Goraka one, yeah. And they've got woolly hats and caps and all sorts. So, yeah, really worth a look at.
Yeah,
for them.
definitely a range. And I don't know how much longer they're going to keep doing the Ghostbusters stuff.
Yeah.
I assume at some point the license will expire, but that could be in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. We have no idea.
No.
So if you do want that sort of stuff, now's the sort of time to jump on it, really.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Yeah, but I'll definitely recommend for collectors at least get one of each of the cans because I do think they are the better looking.
yeah, and they're a really nice embossed can. It's got a raised detail with this one. I say this is the green can with the Slimer on it, and the Slimer has a raised detail to the front of it. So yeah, really, really nice can. Not a cheap looking can. So yeah, definitely worth picking up for
I
this guy.
actually like the Slimer one. I've seen a lot of people saying they didn't like the flavour. I actually really like the Slimer.
I don't know what any of these taste like because Darren gave me the empty cans. So
I forgot I gave you that.
yeah.
And then I guess some more modern stuff. Obviously, we've had the Walker's Crisp stuff again for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. They also done Afterlife. So we got a bag here. This is a Monster Munch.
Monster Munch from Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
I've more than likely eaten the Monster Munch and I've replaced them with polystyrene peanuts. So.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing actually that's brought up because I kept one of each bag sealed.
Right.
And I was having a bit of a sort out the other day, and I come across a bag. I can't remember if it's Monster Munch or Watsits now, and I picked it up and they've gone weird. Like it almost feels like all the air's been sucked out of them.
Okay.
And so I'm going to have to get someone to open them for me and dispose of it all, because I don't want to do it myself.
Right.
And do exactly what you've done, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that, and they also done that for Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think it's insane they did not put Muncher on the Monster Muncher.
Yeah, they definitely missed a trick with that one, didn't they?
And then in America you had the Cheetos.
And again, like Darren saying, these are quite heavy, so maybe this. I haven't eaten these ones. I know a lot of you guys in the States got the these flaming hot Cheetos with the ghost pepper flavour, and I think quite a few of you said they were quite hot. Normally, as I say, that would be a bit of me, but I was just pleased to actually get back, and these were brought back from America by Simon Gray for me. I think when he went over for the Frozen Empire premiere in New York. So
and because we went over to New York probably about 2-3 months after that.
Yeah,
it was, and couldn't find them anywhere.
Nothing about. So.
Yeah, and it was the same with the Rice Krispie squares. They done Rice Krispie squares in America with Mini Puffs and Slimer on, and we couldn't find them. We did manage to get all this stuff eventually, but just not as easy as I guess we would have liked.
We would have liked, definitely not. Yeah.
And then carrying on with modern stuff. I'm trying to think now. Where are we? We've got the. Oh yeah, you've got your pizza box there.
So this was a UK. This was a UK one, which was the Pizza Company. Now there was like a competition with this one. You could go on, you could sort of spin a wheel and win prizes. My God, I went on this every day, once a day, not twice a day. I won nothing. Might borrow a bigger phone bill. I think that's about all I got out of this.
I think I got the same.
But the pizzas were quite readily available, weren't they? I think Tesco's.
Yeah, and there was, I think, 5 or 6 flavours. Now, I hate pizza, I hate cheese. So I went into Tesco and I bought one of each flavour. And then before I got back to the car, the pizzas had gone in the bin.
Disgusting.
I know, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not going to come back as Slimer, definitely. I love a pizza, so I actually ate all mine. So, and they weren't a bad pizza, but it was interesting because it's unusual for the UK to get something that nobody else gets. So. Yeah,
that is very rare, which I think can bring us on to these things, actually. And when did these come out? I think these come out for Afterlife, wouldn't they?
I think they was slightly before Afterlife.
I'm trying to see if there's a sell-by date on it now, but the 2020, so I guess
in between.
Yeah, but probably would have been for because Afterlife was supposed to come out in 2020, wasn't it? So I guess it was I guess these things are probably made so far in advance that they can't really hold them back, maybe.
No, exactly.
But they've done a couple of different flavours of these. So this one is the Slime Choc Marshmallows. They had Slimer cones, and I think they had similar ones of these with Marshmallow Men on. And there were some other things as well. I seem to remember little jelly pots.
That's right, yeah.
I'm sure there was something else. But again, none of these were UK exclusive.
UK exclusive, yeah.
And do you know what I liked about this? I found it funny how loads of American fans were moaning about these, how America gets nothing. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean that, we are the poor relative, America.
Yes, you
get everything. We get nothing.
Yeah, so let's have our little victories. And if that includes a £1 box of crappy, horrible tasting marshmallows,
and they were really poorly tasting, weren't they?
Yeah, we did try some. Yes, but
I think these were the jelly pops that you mentioned from the similar period, weren't they? So,
yes, I think they were. There's a few different versions of these as well. You had Marshmallow Men versions. And
I think I've got a display box with the Marshmallow Men versions in my
I've got
collection.
a few different ones of them. And what's scary is how good they still look.
Yeah, that's going to be very much in the realms of the Alma jellies. It's
going to be very interesting to see how these look in 20 years.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, I think the Marshmallow Men, which I've got on my display, have been there. They must have been there.
Date on this?
I think the Marshmallow Men were before that, so
2016.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they've been there 10 years, I think, the Marshmallow Men, and they still look like jelly Marshmallow Men with no change.
Yeah, I think I've got a display box of Marshmallow Men, and I think one at the front is cracked in half.
Yeah,
I should probably investigate it a bit more, but I think where it's cracked in half, maybe it's gone a bit hard.
Yeah,
that's maybe it, but yeah, scary, really. But yeah, we'll in 20 years we'll do another food episode, and we'll be looking back at this and see if they've gone black, mouldy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we've got this candy floss, which was from Halloween Horror Nights last year.
Yeah, this come from Universal. It's actually a really good tasting by the looks of it. It's, what's that, sour apple and blackcurrant, is it?
Yeah, sour apple and blueberry.
Sour apple and blueberry. Sounds really, really nice. It is just some green and blueberry coloured candy floss, which is starting to go a little bit hard in a box with a sticker on it and that. But as soon as I stick that on it, they've got me. You know, I'm going to buy it.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. You can stick that sticker on anything and I'm going to buy it. Okay.
Yeah, and you got this off eBay, if I remember right.
That was, yeah.
I got one of these off eBay as well.
Yeah.
And a friend Richard from Southend on See Ghostbusters bring back some bits for us. He brought me back a lolly and a chocolate bar, if I remember right.
These are the chocolate bars, or are these?
Oh, they're different chocolate
ones.
bars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't a s'mores bar, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah. So yeah, that was.
Carrying on with the candy floss theme, I've got this one from Frozen Empire. This was from Italy by a company called Yummers, and they did cereal and the two candy flosses. And I managed to get 2 cereals and the Slimer candy floss. Could never get the Stay Puft one. It was actually a good friend who comments on a lot of my videos, actually, Andrea Diamito. Managed to hook me up with one of these, so very appreciative of that. But what I found funny, like when, what was the date on this? So this went out of date 8th of April 2025, so...
Yeah, not that long ago.
But even before it arrived, it had gone pretty hard.
Looks like a big block of sugar in there.
Yeah, so it obviously didn't last very... Not that I intend to eat it, so it doesn't matter.
No.
But yeah, clearly not made to last past the sell-by date. But yeah, was really happy to get that, because I find it really annoying when you have like 3 things in the range and not the other one.
Yeah.
I'll get all stressy about that. So I'd rather have none of it. Which is, collectors are weird. I think we was,
I think everybody is aware of that, especially the hardened collectors like myself and Darren. So
yeah, because I mean, there's people out there thinking that is just a load of rubbish.
Yeah,
and to a lot of people, what I like about all this food stuff is, to a lot of people, this all would have went in the bin.
Yeah, and that is what obviously makes a lot of this so desirable, is the fact that it was totally disposable. When the likes of Ghostbusters and real Ghostbusters were at their peak, nobody was thinking of saving these things.
No.
So the few people that did, or have stuck it in a cupboard and put it away, or kept the wrapper, carefully took it off of something, we're really, really grateful to them, because otherwise, I've seen this, most of these things would have ended up in the bin.
Be lost to time.
Yeah,
and,
totally.
It would literally just be a memory. And
yeah, and I think that's why me and Darren really cover this sort of, the food stuff and the ephemera that goes along with the food items, because we really appreciate how, somebody's curated this for us.
Yeah, no, it's great. Absolutely great. I've just one other modern thing comes on, which is the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Krispy Kreme donuts. We did a little bit for Krispy Kreme, didn't we? So,
we did a few things. Krispy Kreme actually sent me a load of donuts for the Guinness World Record, like to celebrate that, which I ended up taking to karate and letting the kids eat. I did eat some myself. In fact, I've kept one of each. They're in the back of a cupboard. I'm just curious to see
what
how
happens with
they
them.
last. Yeah, which I completely forgot about until just now. But then I did loads of pictures of them around the collection for them, and you did some stuff as well. And we got given a few different things.
Yeah, a few promo posters and bits and pieces, and the boxes, which were like the trap-shaped boxes. I think America again, we didn't get the Stay Puft Marshmallow Krispy Kreme, did we? We got all of the other varieties, but not the Stay Puft.
Which is a
little bit disappointing.
But, and we didn't get the previous Krispy Kreme promotion, which was for the 30th anniversary.
Yeah. So
just over 10 years ago now, and I've actually got one of the hats that was worn by the crew that sell them, and I can't remember what they were now. I think they were just donuts with Slimer and Stay Puft on, because I think we've both got the t-shirts.
We got the t-shirts, yeah, that's right.
And I've got a bucket don't know if you've got the bucket.
I don't know.
I do have a bucket, and I do have one of their boxes.
Yeah.
But again, it just shows how we miss out on a lot of stuff. Because I didn't, when Krispy Kreme announced they were doing Ghostbusters donuts last year, I didn't think we'd get them.
No.
And at the moment, I did see they've got Harry Potter donuts at the moment.
Yeah, that's
which,
correct. Yeah.
I'm not into Harry Potter. But I know America had Pac-Man ones, and I love Pac-Man.
Oh, right,
I would have bought
okay,
some Pac-Man ones, but we didn't get those. So
yeah,
we do miss out on stuff. But anything else modern? I can't remember where these come from. I've got these in a job lot of just random stuff. So it's just Ghostbusters brand donuts.
Okay.
Not donut. What? It's because we just talked about Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Cookies.
Yeah. Looking very much Oreo-ish.
Yes, they do look like knockoff Oreo stuff. Do you know, it's funny, right? I don't know why it's just sprung to mind. I think it was when the cheap stuff come out. Someone complained like how they'll stick a Ghostbusters logo on any old crap. It should be more like the old days. And now I'm looking at all this old stuff, thinking they ain't stuck the logo on
any old crap. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, times have not changed.
No, we're just we're just more likely a little bit more wise to it.
Yeah.
I mean, from the point of view of selling a product and that, obviously back in the day, you was aimed. All of this was aimed at the younger audience, whether it was, there wasn't so much law and legislation as to regards what you was eating, colourings, additives, etc. So, a cartoon would be on, the cartoon there'd be an ad break, in that ad break they would be trying to sell you anything related to that cartoon, whether it was breakfast cereal,
Trio bars, got them there, jellies, all sorts, I mean, even not just Ghostbusters, like, if you think back to a lot of the cereal adverts, Tony the Tiger, Snap, Crackle and Pop, all those were designed to make kids get really excited about begging their parents for that breakfast cereal when you go down to Asda or whatever.
And the whole thing with the breakfast cereals, which we'll start to touch on in a minute, is obviously the freebies within the breakfast cereal. So, especially if there was a series, so say for argument's sake, if Darren wants to show the Shreddies box there, which is amazing. So this was from Nabisco
for Ghostbusters 2, and you had 4 different back designs. So the one I have here is the River of Slime. I love the artwork.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They really are good.
The River of Slime's a more common one, but they also done the museum, the courtroom, and Fifth Avenue, which had the Statue of Liberty walking down, which I do have all those. I just couldn't find them all.
Yeah,
where I've put them.
But by putting 4 different designs on the back of the boxes, the kids would want all 4 designs eventually, So, it persuades you to eat that box of cereal. Also, there was some little transfers in these as well,
you
wasn't
got stickers
there?
so you could stick them to the scene, and I think the transfer on the other side was designed to put on a t-shirt or something. But also, it's advertising for the film. Like, as a kid, I mean, we didn't have iPads and all that to take attention, so as a kid, you'd be staring at that, like, just thinking, I want to go and see this at the cinema.
Yeah.
And it's like...
it's a double form of advertising, so, obviously, we had Nabisco, shredded wheat. We used to have Shreddies as well.
I believe, because I know I've got some Ghostbusters Shreddies boxes. I don't think I bought any with me of those today.
Yeah, because myself and Darren recently, I think we spoke about, we managed to secure a very rare Shreddies box each, didn't we?
We did, from an eBay. And ironically, the seller sent us the wrong ones, didn't he? He sent me yours and yours mine.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered, because...
We just needed the box. It was one of those.
But it's just a good job we knew each other.
Yeah, because in those ones, the free gift within that Shreddies things, what they were called the stunners, the ghost stunners, weren't they?
Yeah.
There was like a little card thing with like a small disc you flicked in it, and it was like a Stantz stunner.
Spengler's super shooter.
Yeah, 4 different ones. They come up quite often. You find those. These little stunners, like, but the boxes just, it's mission impossible sometimes.
Yeah, and it's weird. I just boggles my mind sometimes why the boxes for those are so rare. And I mean, none of the boxes are super common or anything, but it's much easier to find these. You'll find one of these eventually if you keep looking out for it. One of these Shreddies ones, but those ones, it's just.
And again, with the Shreddies ones, if it's something you're interested in, don't pay too much money for them. You see a lot on there, people asking way too much money for these cereal boxes. You know, you should be paying top end £35–40 for these. You shouldn't really be paying a lot more.
Yeah, people tend to think because it's Ghostbusters suddenly it's worth £200 or something insane.
They are quite a common thing. So again, for us, they'll be very common. In America, not quite so common.
Yeah, but America had their own different cereal boxes. We'll get to. Oh, you got one over there.
I've got one over there. So obviously, everybody from America will undoubtedly remember Ralston. So Ralston had a massive tie-in with Ghostbusters for a long while.
Yeah.
These boxes, I think Darren's got some more there on the front. These are the hologram boxes. And again, different designs, but great boxes, some great things, you know, that you can buy and send away for.
You could send away for the hologram T-shirt, which is a hologram on the T-shirt of the four Ghostbusters, which is actually the hologram I've got on this box I'm holding. The one I'm holding is Series 2. You had, well, it didn't have Series 1 written on, did it?
No,
I don't think they knew they were going to extend it to Series 2 at that point. But yeah, really cool. I know I've got all of Series 2, but I can't remember if I've got all of Series 1. But yeah, they are very cool, and they did go quite far with these.
They did, and again, there was lots of free gifts available through Ralston. They done a record, like a flexi disc record.
Frisbee.
The Frisbee. They even had a competition to win a Porsche or a Ferrari, wasn't it?
Oh, they did, yes. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so, I mean, God knows what a 10-year-old kid's going to do with a Porsche or a Ferrari. I really don't know, but...
paint it up as an Ecto one.
Good idea, the fastest Ecto one going. But yeah, Ralston, again... Great box, great art. Darren's got a Slimer one there, haven't you, as well? Yep. This was when Slimer come into his own.
Yeah, so Slimer in the real Ghostbusters theme series. This one has a maze on the back. Ecto containment game.
And it is a great box. I mean, if Darren just holds that back round again to the front, I mean, the artwork on that is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
I love that whole serial artwork. Actually, I did some paintings a few years ago now. I sort of made up different Ghostbusters cereal and just done paintings inspired by them. So just always loved the cereal.
And again, this was when Slimer was coming into his own within and playing a more prominent role within the real Ghostbusters TV series.
Yeah, they did do a Ghostbusters 2 serial, which I don't have here. I don't know if you've got that one.
I might well do, but not with me at this second. So
and I loved just holograms in general. Holograms seem to be a thing that have died out, but I loved holograms back in the day. Actually, I saw a set of Krusty's boxes with Tony the Tiger holograms a while back on eBay, and I was thinking, do I? I never did in the end.
No.
But this is one I bought particularly. The main reason I bought this really, it come with a poster. So this one, you were talking about free gifts.
Yeah.
One free poster inside, and it does have one.
Amazing.
Come with one of the posters still sealed, which was really cool. But also it has a thing on the side for a Blackstone's Magic kit. So it's just me all over, wasn't it? Ghostbusters and Magic.
Yeah,
so
you was meant to have it.
Yeah, I had to get that. But also really liked the little comic art it had on the back as well. But I mean, we haven't even touched the service on cereal boxes. I mean, there's so many. I mean,
we could literally do a whole episode on these. You know, as I say, most of these cereals today you just wouldn't be allowed to sell them because the sugar content and the ease and that in them would be way too much. I say the laws with regarding things like this in the UK are more than likely a little bit stricter than what they are in America. But as I say, these are amazing. The adverts for the Ralston cereal were really cool as well.
I loved all that stuff.
You know, so commercial breaks always. You know, you look forward to what they was going to show you next and what was available for your mum to buy. You'd be hanging on to your mum's coat, like in the grocery store.
And then and then you'd be sort of tipping the cereal up, trying to get the free gift out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that has changed nowadays. As I say, again, with breakfast cereals, they're very reluctant to put free gifts in the boxes anymore. You know?
It's a shame, isn't it? I guess they're worried someone's going to not realise the thing that's fell into their cereal and choke on it.
Exactly.
Logic.
Yeah.
It's a shame. we're talking about Ghostbusters, but we're talking about a different world
Yeah.
as well, really.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's crazy to think about. But yeah, anything else you want to add on cereal?
No, I'm pretty happy with the cereal thing. I think while we're talking about things with way too much sugar in them and things with a lifetime, which you know we don't know how long they'll last, and it's a bit of a worry. Possibly one of the most famous Ghostbuster tie-ins ever will be
Twinkies. Yes, so these came out in 2016. There was 3 different boxes. So we got the key lime slime, the white fudge marshmallow, and I think there was one with just the logo on, which I think were just regular Twinkies. And I mean, it's such an obvious crossover, isn't it? Really, I'm surprised they haven't actually done more Ghostbusters Twinkies. There was rumours of some for Afterlife, wasn't there, with blue slime in that. I can't remember. Did someone spot a display for them in a shop, like in like a Walmart or something in America, and then they never got released, or have I imagined that?
I don't know. Again, maybe somebody from the States can fill us in on that, because again, it's a little bit of knowledge that we maybe we don't know. I mean, the Twinkie is iconic, and it's canon within the world of Ghostbusters. And for us in the UK, you know, I mean, growing up, I saw adverts for Twinkies in American comics and that, but you know, I'd never tasted a Twinkie. I've got to be honest, I'm a sucker for a Twinkie. I love a Twinkie. You know.
See, I'm the opposite. Now, I consider Twinkies one of my disappointing moments in life. Because, you know, when I watched Ghostbusters as a kid, you had the line. I'm like, what's a Twinkie? Couldn't ever get one, and you know, you didn't have the American sweet stores back then like you have nowadays. I mean, London particularly is swamped with them. So I think the first time I ever bought a Twinkie was from a lakeside shopping centre called Sweets from Heaven, and I went there, bought a Twinkie. This is probably 20 odd years ago now, and I didn't like it. I was so excited and so disappointed. And then the only other time I ate a Twinkie was when we went to New York, for the 40th, and everyone was having Twinkies. I'm gonna get a Twinkie. You got to do it when you're there. We're all doing it. I was still disappointed.
I think I finished Darren's Twinkie
You
off.
did,
Yeah.
But I've still got boxes of the Ghostbusters ones.
Yeah, I mean, the Twinkies, you know, are really iconic. I know there's a lot of problems now, and again, I can more likely be corrected on this, but I think sale of Twinkies, I don't know if it's banned in America at the moment, is it? Because of bleached white flour content, and suddenly they're realising it's...
Getting confused with all that stuff. I know we had a lot of trouble getting them over here for a while. Even in the import shops wouldn't get them in, would they?
No, it's it's been quite difficult and that, but it's a fascinating time, as I say, with the Ghostbusters world, and who doesn't love a Twinkie?
Me.
Darren. Yeah, but I do. So I've got to be honest, just a quick memory while I think about that one. When we was you talk about taking things to the extreme. When we was in New York this year, Dino, and I know you'll be watching, Dino, saw an advert for a deep fried Twinkie.
Did he buy one?
Yeah, he said that, come on, I'm doing it, let's get some. So we ended up with a couple of deep fried Twinkies. Yeah.
Is that why I haven't heard from him for ages? He just died of deep fried Twinkie.
Yeah. I think he was a little bit disappointed with it, but I think we took things to a whole new level with a deep fried Twinkie. So that was on when we was in Coney Island. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll try that when I go.
No,
I have had a deep fried Mars bar.
Yeah,
that weren't bad.
Yeah, a deep fried Twinkie was nothing like that. So
now back to the modern thing, really. Or fairly modern. I'll say these are from 2010 now.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's modern. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
These are Ghostbusters energy drinks, and at the time I got these, I had this like cupboard that looks like an old American fridge, and I was just buying loads of energy drinks to fill it up with. So I had Family Guy and The Simpsons and all that, and they've done these Ghostbusters ones, and I kept these in a separate space on the shelf. And about a year ago, one of them actually corroded on the bottom slightly and leaked. Luckily, it only ruined a Funko Pop.
Right.
So nothing too major, but could have been a much bigger disaster. Yeah. So that brings us on to the conversation of, when you collect food stuff, do you keep the food?
I think it's a difficult one, and I personally think there are lots of items out there that when you start to look at the ingredients, things like the acid content within them and that, you know, at some stage these are going to corrode through whatever they're in. It might be 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, but at some stage they are going to go. I know Robert Berra had a problem with the Heinz pasta shapes.
Oh, is he the guy where it exploded on him? I remember the story, but I don't remember it happened to.
Yeah, it blew out and leaked, destroyed the can. I don't think it done any further damage, but I personally, with some of those items, would be really tempted to.
Yeah, I think
to empty them.
Yeah,
you know?
I think definitely you've got to. I guess it depends on the item, but I definitely think when it comes to fizzy drinks, 100% you need to empty these.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, that did corrode. Wasn't like, I don't even think you can see a hole, but it was just enough where it leaked. Yeah. And that could have been a lot worse. So I think it was this one that leaked, this one didn't, but I've emptied both.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't emptied every single thing that I've got, but yeah, it is something that if you do collect food stuff, not even necessarily Ghostbusters, just food stuff in general, Star Wars or whatever.
I mean, you've got the high C can there as well. Is that emptied or is that
this
still?
Is emptied. This was one I bought off eBay a while back, and it's the can version of high C, and that is still sealed.
Oh,
not sealed, sorry. Why did I say that? Something else is still sealed. I've got. This is empty.
Empty.
I have a sealed high C carton.
Right. Yeah.
Which is the same yellow design, but it's a carton. And now I think to myself, do I empty it?
You pierce it and empty it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for the purpose of safety, I think if you're a real hardcore collector, you've got to look like Darren was saying earlier. That the scenario with this leaking, it could have been a lot worse. That could have leaked down through a cabinet. And absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, could have absolutely destroyed
something which is not maybe particularly easy to replace. Yeah. You know, and I know, like we've just touched very briefly there on, like talking about Rob and his Heinz pasta shapes. I recently managed to pick this up, and Darren's also got one.
Yeah.
And this over here was.
HP
pasta shapes. So there are two, as I say, there is a Heinz pasta shapes and there is the HP. This is the more common one for us over here, and I think America and Canada were more fortunate with the Heinz one. Yeah. I mean, we got this off of a guy who just had some amazing bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, we've probably paid his rent for the next year.
Yeah, on some of the items we've had. Something that I really wanted to own and put in my collection. I have put this on a replacement can because the can was no longer intact, but the actual wrapper was. So for display purposes, but these baked beans are still good, so we haven't got any problems with that. But a really cool. I mean, such vibrant colours. Really cool piece.
Yeah, and it come in two sizes.
Sizes.
I've bought the ripped label, so I have two labels of this.
Yeah.
One's ripped, and I bought the ripped one by mistake. But it's like I say, really bright artwork on it. And again, it's like, who would have thought? Oh, I'm going to throw those pasta shapes away. Let me take the label off. Someone did, which we're grateful for.
I mean, and with these things, again, like Darren's saying on how eye-catching the artwork is on these were aimed at children. You know, they wanted them to be bright, to be bold, to show the Ghostbusters.
Catch your eye.
You know, and I think I spoke about it in the past when I said, like, you know, my son growing up was Ghostbusters mad. Literally, if it had a Ghostbusters logo on it, he ate it. Whether it was a pizza, whether it was pasta, whether it was chips, whatever it was, you know, if it had that logo on it, he wanted to eat it. And later on, he went down the same route with turtles. Anything with the turtles logo on, anything that was shaped like a turtle, he'd eat it, you know. And you know, and these companies are not silly when they're doing this marketing.
No, they know exactly what they're doing.
I mean, and talking about those, I think if you want to, for me and Darren, this was a real.
Yeah, we've both been after one of these for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is a bag for the McCain Real Ghostbusters Crispy Potato Shapes. And now that is obviously a food stuff you couldn't keep sealed because these would go in the freezer. And it's funny because I had got they done a promotion where you got like this stationery set, which I've been after for years as well. I've got that maybe a month earlier, and then these come up. So again, we got one each from the same seller. Luckily, he had two. And again, it's the sort of thing that doesn't get kept. And I mean, I'm one of those situations where as soon as he listed it, buy it now. You know,
I think actually with these ones, because although me and Darren were talking, obviously we keep different hours. Obviously, I'm a very, very early morning. Yeah. Darren tends to be a bit of a night owl. And I think the first one that come up, the guy put it up and I saw it and I bought it. And then about an hour later, my phone bleeps and Darren was like, "Ah, crap, look, I wanted to get this. It was only up for 15 seconds and somebody bought it." And I went, sorry. But luckily enough, when we spoke to him, he said not to worry and that he had another one and he'd list it. And that was a lucky thing. He seemed to have 2 times to list stuff, late at night or early in the morning. So basically we were there for everything. We covered it. So.
I mean, we bought a few bits off here, and not just food stuff. I'm sure we bought other bits. I bought a birthday card off here and some other bits. I can't remember now.
I got my toothbrushes. I got the full set of Ghostbusters.
I got some toothpaste. Yeah. So loads of stuff. And in fact, one of the other things I've got off him were these almond jellies, which I think there was 8. Was there maybe? I can't remember. And I think we talked about these in the earlier episode, didn't we? About how they've gone black.
Black,
and so because I do remember because someone did comment what colour they think they were.
Yeah, I think it was Alan. I think
blue and black.
Yeah, blue, like a sort of purpley colour. So
but they've gone completely black, and we were actually discussing. I can't remember if we discussed it on the podcast or if we just discussed it in general. On do we pull out the old jelly and put something inside to replicate that original colour, like a wax or something. And but I think
we need to do a test.
And you can still buy jellies like this in like places like Home Bargains here in the UK. Obviously not Ghostbusters. I think they're normally Sea Life. or like dinosaurs or things. So what I might do is I might buy a pack, eat them, and just have an experiment.
With one of theirs.
Because they're very cool. And would you eat one of these?
Not tonight because we've just had dinner. But I would more likely give it a go just for scientific purposes.
Well, when we do, we'll make sure that I'm recording it. I'll be behind the camera.
Stay well out of vomit range. Okay, so so as I say, there was some fantastic times. I know Darren briefly talked about the trios. So. Again, for the UK guys, you'll remember the trio chocolate biscuits, and we had the little girl who shouted at the top of her voice, trio.
Like the advert's just so memorable.
And they done a Ghostbusters tie-in.
Yeah, they did. They actually did 2, didn't they? The one. So this wrapper here is for where you got these mini comic books. And then the second one is for holograms. And this one still has the price sticker on. Do you remember Gateway?
Gateway.
Gateway was a supermarket. I remember my mum taking us in there. 42 pence
for a pack.
If I offered you that now for 42 pence, you'd like snap my arm off, wouldn't you?
I would.
42p. So that's crazy. But Trio did come back a couple of years ago. And tasted exactly how I remembered them. I loved them, but they seem to have disappeared again.
As I say, I think they've done a few other tie-ins with other UK sort of film-related things like I think Count Dracula, Rowan the Rat, stuff like that. But it's a very, very memorable advert. And if you get a chance, go onto YouTube, type in Trio Chocolate Biscuit Ghostbusters advert, and you'll see them because the little girl who shouted the word Trio at the top of her voice, she's scared to death in the advert and doesn't shout. So it's. And there was a few different flavours, so I do have a blue wrapper of one of these as well, which was chocolate. This one's toffee. That which was the more popular one,
But, I can't remember if there was other flavours or not.
But a great thing.
Alright, what else have we got? I've just spotted a couple of more modern things we didn't talk about. Marshmallows.
Marshmallows, yes.
So, for Afterlife, really, there was a few different marshmallows that come out. I don't think we got any over here for Ghostbusters Afterlife. These ones are from Australia.
Right.
Pascal, I think they're called. Marshmallows. Yeah, Pascal marshmallows. But you also had some in America that matched like the ones that they actually had on screen in the Walmart, which I would have bought them every day.
Yeah.
I could have done. I do remember getting some marshmallows over here in the pound shop back in the day as well.
Yeah.
Which you couldn't find the bags for those. So yeah, they've done quite a few different Stay Puft marshmallows over the years. And then we've got a few things from FYE, so I think that's where your chocolate bars come from. FYE is a shop in America, so stuff we had to import. And here I've got crunchy marshmallows and a s'mores making kit. Yeah, really cool artwork, the Marshmallow Man. And then you've got 2 chocolate bars, Stay Puft Marshmallow and Ectoplasmic Residue. And they've got like a really cool like metallic...
Yeah, like a foil, semi-foil paper logo. So they're, as Darren says, really, really cool. Chocolate bars are still intact. We'll more likely leave them in there because can't see a chocolate bar exploding. They're more likely to have the habit of powdering down eventually. But,
yes, well, we'll be talking about that in a minute.
Yeah, because Darren's experienced that recently.
Yes,
so,
I have. So I got this box, which I actually think I've got to bring the wrappers, so a company called Suchard. Suchard.
Yeah.
8 hollow milk chocolate ghosts. So I got these from our friend actually who we bought some of the other stuff off. And on the inside was ghost wrapped in foil. And I'm kicking myself now for forgetting to bring the foil wrappers. Because when I picked this up, there was some powder that had sort of leaked out a bit. So I sort of stood there shaking it. It was still sealed, it still had the tape, but so I started shaking it a bit and just powder kept falling out. And I thought it was like a magic trick. Like, I'm sure there was more powder than could fit in this box. So I thought, right, well, I'm going to open it. In fact, I did a video on it actually, because I thought if I'm going to open it, I might as well get the camera out, cut the tape, opened it up, and the ghosts had just powdered. Yeah. So they had all pretty much crumbled in on themselves, and there was this pile of chocolate powder. It had a weird smell to it. It didn't smell pleasant, but it didn't smell like really manky and off either. I don't know how to describe it. But
they was like a bit like a Christmas chocolate novelty, weren't they?
and funny enough, the wrappers made me think Christmas. Like, it was just all that really foil.
The company Suchard, the chocolate company, is quite a highbrow, well-known company. It's not a cheap chocolate company. So for them to have got involved with the Ghostbusters logo at the time, it's yeah, and it's a cool box. Are they still around? Suchard are, yeah.
But they also done Easter eggs. Now I can't remember how many Easter eggs they've done over the time. I've got 2 different Easter egg boxes here. Now, this one I got off eBay years ago, and someone was selling this with something else I already had. I think they were selling it with like an Ecto 1. It might come on like the Hot Wheels Ecto 1 or something, and I just messaged them and said, will you sell it separately? And they did.
Quite difficult to get hold of Easter egg boxes, full stop.
Yeah, again, it's the sort of thing that went in the bin, really, wasn't it? And it's funny because I have an Easter egg, it's a modern Easter egg from Australia, and after seeing that, I'm like, do I just track the egg now, or do I leave it and see how it progresses over time? But I've got a couple of Easter egg boxes, and I'm sure there's more than these 2. I'm sure there is.
But great boxes. Darren just sort of squashes that back together to form. Yeah, that one looks very much like the Firehouse design and that. And they are really, really cool. And so they don't come up that often. So
no, definitely not.
And you will pay a pretty penny for those.
Yeah, and this one has bits that open up as well. So like you can see the containment unit there when you open up like a window, and
a bit like an advent calendar style thing, but on an Easter egg.
Yeah, so very cool. And then the other one I've got, it's a bit plainer looking, this one. But absolutely love those.
Yeah, very, very good.
Oh, right, where are we? What
so
have we looked
at just going on to what was one of the best marketing ploys for Ghostbusters 2.
It was definitely the Wimpy Meal.
Yeah.
Definitely the Wimpy Meal. And So basically Wimpy's version of a Happy Meal, but they didn't call them Happy Meals. And what I like about it wasn't the first case of it doing it, but the Ghost in a Can.
Yeah.
Well, so this was your toy, essentially, the Ghost in a Can, and rumour is you'd open this and green smoke would come out. I think that's yeah. But this one sealed, and they've done others. You've got one there, which is an Australian one.
This is an Australian one, Ghost in a Can.
Now, the cynic in me thinks this is just a really cheeky way there of them selling you empty cans, which it was, but also
so
marketing
clever.
genius.
So clever. The cost of a can with no contents.
Yeah.
And how many of these have survived? Which is quite a lot, actually.
Certainly the wimpy ones they're not too difficult to get hold of.
No.
There are other ones. I know there was an earlier one with Slimer eating a hot dog from 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
That tends to be a bit more challenging, but again, you can still find them. I think the hardest one is one from Hong Kong,
Right.
Which I've seen go for insane money in the past. Then they very rarely come up. But I'm trying to think, was there any other Ghost in a Can? I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple.
More than likely would have been.
Yeah,
the Wimpy, the whole Wimpy kids meal. Every item within this kids club meal is really difficult to get and is really expensive. The box, which again is a great box.
The artwork on it is stunning. You've got XO1A, Slimer, and to get one in this sort of condition was really tough, generally. I saw one come up a while back and it didn't go for a lot of money, but it looked like it'd been chewed up by a dog and spat back out.
Alongside this, there is
the milkshake cup.
The milkshake cup with Slimer on it. Now these, I think, both. I really don't like to hype the price up on anything.
No, I'm the same, because I almost feel like you push the price up by doing that. But should we just say the last time a cup went up on eBay, it went for a lot of money?
It went for a lot of money, and way beyond what both myself and Darren thought it would go for. Yeah,
I mean, I thought it would go for a lot, but it went for more than I expected.
I mean, I do have the cup. The item that Darren's got from this, which is really cool, which I don't have. It's the irony of it is obviously we'd be more or less complete if we put everything together. Yeah. But Darren has the
certificate.
No, the tabletop.
Oh, the tabletop. I forgot I had that.
Yeah, so there was a table talk review. Imagine like
Can you check if there's a brain in there?
Yeah, no, it's gone.
Right.
So it's basically like a small A-frame that sat on the table advertising the film and advertising the kids club meal. Both myself and Darren bidded on it without realising we was both bidding on it.
Yeah.
I literally only wanted the A-frame. Darren needed the A-frame and the.
I think it was a certificate.
I thought that was the milkshake arm. Was that not?
No, that was separate.
They separate. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, no, because I had a reproduction certificate and never read the original. So I got the original. I've got another box, and I think Danny Denton bought that box off me, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself there was something else in there. It might have been another Ghost in the Can with it, actually.
Right.
I might have sold.
But again, the UK, we didn't have a lot of these Happy Meal type things that come out, which were Ghostbusters related. This was our biggest one, and it's possibly one of the most well-known ones, and it's really well coveted as from the collector's point of view. So
yeah, absolutely love it.
So a great item.
So, talking about this Ghostbusters 2, let's move on to something else, Ghostbusters 2. This was my favourite drink when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And of course, adding Ghostbusters to the mix just made it even better, and that is Five Alive. And these Five Alives come with holograms. Again, I loved holograms back in the day. There was 5 holograms to collect. You could get a little poster to stick them onto. And yeah, I mean, I love this drink.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember when I bought this, I think I paid about £10 for that in a little job lot. So it had a couple other little bits in it on eBay years and years ago. Whereas I think if I stuck that on eBay now,
well, I know for a fact Danny bought one a little while back because I had a little bid on it.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah. And I know Danny came away cursing because I think it ended up at about £85.
Yeah. The irony, Danny, is he knew you were bidding on it. He didn't want it. He just said, "I'm going to make Danny pay."
Yeah, I did. Not really, Dan. I didn't know. You know, as I said to you in the past, you know, we do try to help each other out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did go. I think I stepped out at about 55, 60 quid, and then Danny, I think, was still spitting when it went for about £85. But
and I will admit, if I didn't have one of these, it genuinely was my favourite drink. So if I didn't have this, I probably would have went higher than Danny.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I'm that stupid.
Yeah.
But this one is still sealed. So again, it's going back to what we were just discussing. Should I empty it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a wax pack.
Yeah.
Chances are that I don't think it will eat through the wax pack.
No, I don't.
But there is always that risk, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen these in the past, not Five Alive, but I've seen some of these fruit cartons expand and balloon up and then burst. I've not seen them actually leak.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Bursting's
something.
Probably worse.
Yeah, maybe that's something you need to think about with that.
This expired November 1990.
So we're only looking at 35 years.
Yeah.
If everybody would like to buy me something nice Ghostbusters related, I will drink that live. So yeah, just putting it out there.
Cool. We'll crowdfund that.
Crowdfund that, yeah.
You've got to dip your jelly in it.
I will dip my jelly in it, okay, and that's not a euphemism, okay, into Darren's Five Alive.
That's for our OnlyFans channel, coming soon.
Yeah.
We've got to fund that next trip to New York somehow. That is a good question. Do we open it and do we let Chris drink it?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. I think most people are going to make you drink it.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't care. I've more likely drunk worse. You know, you don't get to be as old as me without drinking worse.
Yeah, and it's funny because I've got a pack of. They re-released High C for the 2016 film, and I do have a multi-pack of them still sealed, the cartons, and I think it's. I didn't think the design was very good on those, to be honest. They're pretty generic.
Yeah.
Because of the time period they come out in, you weren't really able to put Slimer and all that on there, was you, I guess? So I've just shoved them under a cupboard. But I'm starting to think, do I pull them out and empty them?
Yeah.
They're only 10 years old, or 9
and
years
also,
old.
I think they've done High C again for Afterlife, didn't they?
They did, but that was only a giveaway thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a giveaway thing in a trap box.
Yeah.
Which Chris Stewart from... oh, come on. Chris and Troy's podcast, come on.
Yeah, yes, No.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. The interdimensional cross rip, Chris. Yeah. Okay, I apologise profusely. That's an old man's brain for you. But yeah,
I have an old man's brain as well. I might be younger, but not in here.
So yeah, Chris actually, I bought some bits when Chris was downsizing his collection, and among those was that IC box and that.
Yeah, so. I tried winning one of those. I made this really cool advert. I thought it was cool, and I just didn't get any luck with it. I thought if anyone's going to win one, that advert is no chance. It had Slimer like exploring the kitchen, looking for it and all that, but never mind.
That'll teach you to put your clothes on next time. Okay. Onwards and upwards. These are really, really cool.
Yeah, these are a more modern thing, aren't they? Probably got a date on them somewhere. 2016, I think a lot of stuff came out in 2016. Obviously you had the stuff that tied in with the 2016 movie, but they also bought a lot of stuff that was the more classic Ghostbusters, which is what this falls under. Yeah,
so these are hard plastic candy Slimer holders. Slimer candy holders even. They did do these in the late 80s as well.
They did, yes.
And I do have a box of those somewhere, but again I couldn't lay my hands on them. So I've got a complete box of those, and they had little hard candy sweets in them. Very, very similar to these. I'd say these Slimers are slightly more detailed than the older ones.
Yeah, the older ones are less detailed, certainly.
And again, like, I think at the time I was picking these up for about £4 or £5 a box, you know, which when you look at them, it's a great item. And
and to have one sealed and all that, it's good. It's great. And there was quite a few different sweets, probably by the same company because the artwork looks similar. Like I've got a box of, I think they're just like sour balls, or something like that. We've got that. I remember candy torches that projected the Ghostbusters logo.
I think you gave me some of those. So there was some good bits and pieces which did come out. You know, around about that time. We was quite lucky.
Yeah, yeah, we got quite a lot of cool stuff then, and I think Ghostbusters wasn't quite what it is now, so we could pick that stuff up a lot cheaper than you can nowadays, which is good. So, yeah. What else do we have? We have the fruit snacks.
Yeah, now this is a really, really nice piece of artwork again, and
yeah, this is from America. This was, yeah, fruit snacks, and I managed to get this pretty cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
Luckily, I remember seeing one on eBay that was still sealed, and we're going back to that whole do you keep it sealed, because it had sort of rotted away at the bottom, and some of the jellies had obviously gone funny and seeping through. But and this has a advert on the back for the old Shrinky Dinks. Yeah. Which is cool to see the advert on. And that's the challenging thing when it comes to things like this and the cereal boxes. There were so many different adverts and promotions that they would do with them. Like you said with the cereal, you had the Ferrari on one, toys on the other, and it's so hard to keep track of how many different variations there actually are of these
or
things.
Even getting a box that's complete that somebody hasn't cut the competition or the advertisement out the back of them. That's another thing which we sort of tend to struggle with, isn't it? You know?
And in fact I did actually buy a cereal box a while back, and it wasn't advertised as having the side cut off, and it was advertised as complete. When I got it, the side had been cut out. It's really annoying, but yeah, very hard to get things like that, and like you say, but that's just because it's old stuff, isn't it, I guess? Yeah,
without that. Going on to something that, you know, obviously the guys in America will be more used to stuff like this. This is just insanity on the next level.
Yeah, because it looks like toothpaste.
It does look like toothpaste, 100%. You could blag your mother to buy you that.
You probably bought it thinking it was toothpaste, then realised it was.
No, I think I got this from Rob, and I knew what it was when I was buying it. And it's, Darren?
It is ectoplasm grape bubble gum. So it's basically squeezy bubble gum.
Yeah, squeezy bubble gum, which,
yeah, what can you say about it? It's
I just really...
You squeeze it into your mouth and then chew it up and blow.
But as I say, you know, in our world, that's either going to be toothpaste or Preparation H hemorrhoid cream. It's not going to be bubble gum in a tube, is it? It's,
and Chris will be putting it on his hemorrhoids while he's drinking the Five Alive.
And chewing one of the Alma candies. So, we'll see what shrinks first.
I think this episode's turned into a proper pay-per-view event.
But I mean, I'm not sure how many different flavours they've done of this.
I only recall ever seeing. No, I was about to say I only ever recall seeing that one, but now I'm doubting myself. I'm sure I've seen a green one, but am I getting mixed up with toothpaste?
Yeah, that's the problem. And again, it's great because it's sealed still and hasn't been used, and God knows what that would taste like now. It's, I mean, I'm going to have to put my bins on to see that, but I don't know.
Yeah, and the colouring on it, you know, you've got like the pink plasm with the, so they've obviously gone for a Kenner vibe. With that.
So, I can't even see a date anywhere on it, which is even more worrying.
They just thought this is going to outlive everyone. We don't need to put a date on this. Best before 2056, I think it says, but and it came out in '89. But it's again very much GB2 colours, but very, very cool. So So I think all that we've got here, unless I'm missing anything to talk about now, is crisps. So we've talked about the Walker's crisps earlier on, which is what we started with essentially. So we should end with talking about vintage crisps.
I think if you start with some wrappers, Darren, these are what everybody remembers in the UK from Ghostbusters.
So the Sooner Snacks. Sooner Snacks. They done 3 different flavours. So you had cheese and bacon, Slimer salt and vinegar, and terrifying tomato. And 10p a bag. Crazy.
They were your cheaper end of the crisp market in the UK by far.
And again, the sort of thing that went in the bin normally. So these tend to go for a fair bit of money for a crisp packet, you know, when they come up. There was a promotion where you got free glow-in-the-dark stickers as well at one point.
The puffy stickers, wasn't it? You know.
I remember an article probably older than I realise now. It had a picture of one of these bags on the floor somewhere, and it was literally just an article, not about Ghostbusters. It was just to show how litter survives in the wild.
Yeah.
And it had a picture of one of these pretty much complete.
Yeah.
And I remember just thinking, I'd pay for that. But it's funny because me and my girlfriend went for a walk some point in the summer, and I just saw this old Monster Munch bag on the floor that was like 40 years old.
Yeah.
Don't litter, basically, because this stuff like survives crazily well.
And if you feel that you've got a lot of these and you need to litter them in mine and Darren's direction.
You can come around and throw as many of these over the floor as you want. We'll pick them up for you.
So along with the Sooner snacks, the crisps and that, both me and Darren, as I say, we really enjoy these. There was the boxes that they come in. Now, me and Darren have both spoke about these in the past. We were fortunate enough a little while back to get 2 of these boxes, and there was the spicy tomato, which I've got in my hand here.
And we got the other one, blue one, the slime, salt and vinegar.
So, Darren, I said to Darren, look, you know, you've done the legwork on them. I said, you know, we was going to get one each. You have whatever one you want. So Darren chose the terrifying tomato. Terrifying tomato, which is in the green box, because he said it was the Slimer colours he likes. So I was happy with the blue one, and then lo and behold,
typically my luck, a green one come back.
A green box come up a few weeks later. I think they was chancing a hand with it as regards the cost of it, and eventually after I said to him, look, sit on it. If it doesn't sell, come back to me and we'll talk. And we did, and I managed to strike a deal with a young lady to buy it. And so I now have the green and the blue boxes, which that's one more box than I thought I was ever going to own, to be honest. So,
we just need one of the black ones.
Yeah, and again, they're just, I think they're very, very tricky. They don't come up that often.
No, because ultimately the people in the shops would take the crisps out, put on a shelf, and that box would go in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, not the sort of thing that really survived very much. So they come up very rarely, especially, I mean, the 2 that when we bought the 2 together, perfect condition.
Yeah, very, very good, yeah.
This one, you can see a bit of sun damage and stuff. I think you said there's some writing on one side.
Yeah, a little bit right on one side saying, you know, I think it was used for, they obviously moved house and that, and then just suddenly realised that actually this crisp box is more likely worth more than the contents that was in it. Which is quite strange, really. But
it's weird when you think of it like that.
It's a great thing to own, and again, one of those really, really disposable items that you know we're pleased that they've actually survived.
And I think I've seen people like almost taking the mickey out of people for collecting the modern Walker's crisps and stuff, and it's like it's no different really. Like there's no difference to that. The modern Walker's crisps to this ultimately, just the time it was released. So it's like I managed to get some of the boxes for the modern Walker's crisps. I think one had Stay Puffed On or something. And it's just stuff like just always try and keep it. Yeah,
I think when just before Afterlife come out, I'd pulled into a garage and they had. You remember the bollard covers?
Yeah, I remember them.
So they done bollard covers, which were like a triangular shape that went over a concrete bollard in a petrol station, and they done them for walkers, and they had mini puffs climbing up over them. And I remember I was working in Bristol, and if the owner of the petrol garage is looking on this, please forgive me. But it was very early in the morning and I reversed up to the bollard. I went to the back of my van, opened up the back door, slid it off the bollard.
As your lawyer, I don't think you should talk anymore.
Okay, yeah.
You was given it.
I was given it, yeah. So, I'm in denial about that one. But
I remember being away, this was for the Frozen Empire. I was actually away doing a cinema gig promoting the film, and I pulled into an Asda and they had 2 of the standees for that. So I found the manager and I've said, I may have emptied one of the standees first onto the shelf, and I found the manager. I was like, one of these is empty, you don't need 2. Sweet talked him into it. Offered to make a charity donation, that always helps. Like, I'm happy to put a bit of money in the charity pot. They let me take one. So that worked.
It's always worth asking.
Yeah, the worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
You know, and they're never going to be rude to you because ultimately they're in a shop. They can't they can't tell you to F off, can they?
No,
or anything like that. So always worth asking. Because there was another standee for the more modern Walkers Frozen Empire that had Slimer on it.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of different ones. There was ones that were exclusive to Tesco that were quite plain. I think they just had pictures of the crisps on, the Slimer and the mini puffs. But there was one that was quite intricate and had like really good image of Slimer on. And as far as I know, the only place that had it was the range.
Yeah.
And a few of us tried. I think you might have tried your one, I tried mine, I know James tried his. Could not get them all.
Yeah. I think there was one in the one that James went in.
Yeah,
but I don't think the manager would let him have it.
No.
You know, and 9 out of 10 times these end up in landfill, you know. So.
Yeah, because they always say they've got to be sent back.
Yeah,
they don't get sent. Walkers don't want a load of, because to them it's rubbish. To them it's not a collection.
Once the promo is over, it's over and done with. So
yeah. So it's a shame it's like that.
Yeah, but it is, as Darren says, it's always worth the ask.
Yeah,
because I have managed to get a few bits and pieces, and so has Darren, just through asking, you know. So
yeah, and we've managed to get quite a few different bits and just random shelf signs and stuff. I've just remembered one bit that I borrowed, which was some flyers for the promotion.
For the Krispy Kreme, was it?
No, that was for Walkers as well. They're on Asda, they're stuck to a shelf on Asda, and you could peel off
as many as you wanted.
Yeah,
Darren took them all.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't say I couldn't take them all.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So is there anything else food-wise? I mean, I feel like we haven't really even scratched the surface.
No, I mean, I think we can revisit this at some stage. You know, we'd like to know your thoughts, whether you found it interesting, whether we've evoked a few memories from your childhood, or you know, and again, like, you know, drop us some comments. You know, drop us a message on the Facebook page. You know, we really do look forward to that, because we know, you know, especially the last couple of years, you know, everyone's been really engaging, so it's been quite nice.
Yeah, it has been nice, and especially let us know if there's any particular food thing that we've not covered. Yeah. Because our brains are getting a bit mushy, and without trying to sound arrogant, we have so much stuff that we kind of forget what we have sometimes, or we don't know where we put stuff. And when we talked about this food episode, I can't remember if we said this earlier, but we were like, don't think we realised how much there is. No,
it is really tricky, and as Darren said, please don't, we're not trying to be arrogant with it or anything like that. We do have extremely big collections. We have nothing better to do with our lives.
We do, and
we are sad individuals, but we do have such a lot of stuff, and as Darren says, you know, sometimes, you know, it's in boxes, or we'll open up a box and we go, oh wow, I forgot I even had that, you know. So it's
I can give you an example. I was watching this Ecto 1 license plate. It was one of the Diamond Select ones that come in a package. Yeah. And I was watching it. It was only started like £10, and then I forgot to bid in it, and it sold. So I was like, really annoyed myself. 2 weeks later, I found it on my shelf.
Yeah. So it is very much like that. But we hope you've enjoyed what we've done tonight with this, because we've really enjoyed it, I think. And
it's made me hungry.
Yeah. You've just had a curry, so you don't need anything else. Oh. I mean, please help yourself to some Five Alive or a nice Alma candy.
I'll think about that. If we do that video, Chris is the one ingesting.
Yeah.
Or we could get like someone else in to do it.
Who are you thinking?
Probably James. Right? We like torturing.
Yeah, we like torturing James.
He'd probably do it as well.
Yeah, I reckon he would. Yeah.
Don't start volunteering yourself to come and... We're not going to be responsible for poisoning any of you.
No, definitely not,
Not without a lawyer present.
Yeah. Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, well, I think that wraps up this episode. Thank you all for watching, supporting. Really enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. But until then, we are ready to believe you.
The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain. Just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain. Just escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain, for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Janine shouting, the budget's toast. Ghost traps buzzing, but we're broke the most. No time to worry when there's a haunting post, but who knew fighting ghosts cost a ton of dough? Take one last job and hope for luck. Cross the streams if we're really stuck. Maybe one big ghost could change our clock, but